I spent years of my life as a player, and I'm not here to apologize for it because that chapter of my life has taught me so many lessons. And today I want to tell you about three of them that I have figured out apply directly to every other area of my life in bettering myself as a man. Even though everything I'm going to tell you I learned from dealing with hundreds of women, they don't just apply to that. These lessons built me into the man I am today. As soon as I got in high school, I realized how much I loved getting with girls. I had a 6-month relationship going into freshman year, and after that breakup, I realized the potential I had to get attention from a bunch of women. So throughout the rest of my time in school, my only focus was getting girls. Everything I did had to involve getting girls. I would spend all my hours texting them or hanging out with them. That was my only focus. And I lived this player lifestyle for years. I would jump in and out of unserious relationships in between, but every single time I had a breakup, I would go back to getting as many girls as possible. That was until I got in a serious relationship going into college. I got mixed up with a girl for about 2 years, and that brought me completely out of my player mindset. And when we broke up, my natural instinct was go back to what I'd always done, which is focus on getting as many girls as possible now. But this time it was different. I felt different. I didn't relate to that lifestyle anymore. Instead of going out and spending hours of my time trying to chase women, I wanted to focus on improving my life. Through this process of self-improvement, I actually realized that so many of the lessons I learned with dealing with girls actually applies to more important areas of your life. So here's the 3 lessons that I learned from being a player that has made me a better man today. Lesson 1, do not overinvest too quickly. One of the biggest mistakes I made in relationships that I see so many other guys do is overinvesting too quickly. I'm sure you know a guy who meets a girl and then a week later he says that he's in love and that she's the one. And then a few weeks after that, he ends up with his heart broken because she left him. I've been that guy before, and it's not fun. Not just because you get your heart broken, but because you feel like an idiot for being so attached to someone that you barely even knew. The moment that I realized this and stopped doing it with women, I discovered that I did it with so many other areas of my life. There were businesses I poured money and time into without actually testing the idea first. I spent money on LLCs, domain names, softwares, all these things without actually having properly researched the idea. And of course, I didn't make a single dollar back. Another area I really wish I knew this in was with friends. We have this tendency to go way beyond and do way more than we normally would to try and make someone like us. And every single time that I did this, I opened myself up, or I went too far, or I wasted too much time, I got burned for it. I would actually say that the only time a friend has really hurt me is because I allowed myself to care way more for them than they cared for me. Any investing you do should be either equal to or less than the outcome you receive from it. Whether that's attention in a relationship, or giving value to a friendship, or profiting in a business, you should not ever give more into that than you receive. Lesson number 2, if you aren't providing, someone else will. All girls cheat. Maybe she's not out with some other guy, but she absolutely knows who's going to replace you if you stop providing for her. And that providing isn't necessarily just money. Maybe it's fun, maybe it's attention, maybe it's entertainment. Whatever that providing is, if you aren't giving it, some other guy will. I knew this, and I thought that it applied exclusively to competition of men trying to take my girls. But I realized it applies to everything in life. These motherfuckers will take whatever you have if you let them. Everything in life is war. And if you aren't doing it, someone else will, and they will get the rewards for it. If I'm not making the content, someone else will. If you aren't building that business or going after that girl, someone else will, and they will get the reward of it. Everything in life, you either have the choice of being the provider or the loser. There is no other option. The world doesn't wait for you, and that girl won't either. Lesson number 3, never bring yourself down to make others feel better. I used to have this really bad habit of tearing myself down and making myself look stupid so other people felt better around me. It started as a kid. I learned that if I kept myself small, it would keep the peace and other people would be comfortable around me. And that stuck with me as I went into dating. So I would go into these relationships and I would constantly do things to belittle myself to make her feel better. And of course, it didn't just stay with girls. Every single relationship, every single conversation and friend group I had, I would bring myself down purposefully to make other people accept me. I think this was based on not wanting to be confrontational or be labeled as an outcast, but it was a terrible habit, and it's actually pernicious to growth as a man. If you are constantly dimming your light to fit in, you will always remain in circles with small-minded people, and that environment will make you small yourself. You are you. With all your amazingness, with all your uniqueness, you are you. Do not ever bring yourself down to make other people feel like you fit in, to make other people feel comfortable. These are just a few of the many lessons I've learned from being a player. That chapter of my life used to be something that I was ashamed of, but I'm not anymore. I realized that it was a classroom for me, and the lessons that I learned helped build this man who I am now. And now I can share them with you and help improve your life as well. And if you're a young man watching this and you've been through something, do not be ashamed of it. Do not let it slip by you. Use that and take the lessons from it. Even if it's something you're not proud of, even if it's a lifestyle or choices you made in the past that do not reflect who you are right now, use that to grow. That doesn't have to be the whole story of your life. The lessons you can gain from it are worth a lot more than any regret you feel. And I've definitely felt some of my regret, but I have all these lessons and I'm just getting started sharing them. So if you found any value from this, please let me know about it down in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Like this video, send it to someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more. We continue to talk about these things every single week, trying to improve both of our lives. I appreciate you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. That's a Chad pose right there.